Welcome back, sending planner vibes, where we journal our best life and use this system to get things done while having fun. And I upload every single week, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more journaling content. And this theme is quite unique. We are setting up for the month of February. This setup is going to be more simple, and I have so many spreads and different layouts to share with you. So this is honestly one of my favorite themes, but let's just start off with the title of the page. This February plan with me is going to be a bit more minimalistic. For this entire spread, I'm basically going to be using my micron pen and my ruler just because I want to have more of those clean lines so that it looks presentable and kind of simple. See me here using my ruler, putting in rectangles, and I know it doesn't look like anything yet, but this is honestly one of my favorite titles that I have ever done. It's super simple, super easy, and it looks really classy. This first page of my monthly log will be my calendar layout. Theme for this month, I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it's kind of like a whiteboard, and every section is gonna be stick on using tape, sticky note. It's better if I just show you rather than explain. So you can see here for my calendar, I outlined it in a box, and then at the top left and bottom right, I doodle in some pieces of tape so that it looks like it will stick on the page. Just for the middle, I felt like it needed something, so to keep this spread looking light, I decided to doodle in a paper plane. And then I decided to add trace marks just to make it look like the paper plane was flying across the page. Below my calendar, of course, I have a square where I'm gonna be putting in all of the events or anything I have scheduled, birthdays, anything like that. I can go ahead and put it here so that when I flip back to my calendar layout, I can see what I have planned for that month. Using a light gray color with my brush marker, I will be adding in some shadow and drop shadow. Color scheme for this entire setup is very simple. I'm not going to be using a lot of color, mostly that green, and then this light pastel orange color. The second part of my monthly log will be my goals, currently, and monthly log section. At the very top of the page, I have a rectangle, and on top of that, I have a metallic clip that I'm coloring in black using my Tomboy brush pen, making it look like it's clipped on the page. For the top section, I have two columns. This will be my monthly goals and a to-do list. And I tend to limit this and focus in on only my top 3. Now, using my ruler, I have 3 mini boxes, and each box will be something I am currently loving, planning, and reading. So these are going to be my currentlies for the month, and I decided for this section to add pins and which the 3 boxes will be hanging. I think this is just a really fun section to have and to look back on. On the bottom of the page, the final section of this spread will be my memory log. For this section, I decided to make it look like a sheet of paper that I tear out of a notepad. And what a memory log is, it's a section that you can use as a diary when you can put all of the highlights and things you want to remember for the month. For the background here, I'm just adding in some lines, really bringing home that theme. And I'm using the exact same colors highlighting the title of every section, and then a gray drop shadow. The next spread will be my habit tracker. Just like with the monthly log, I decided to use the exact same title style. So I'm using my ruler and my micron pen, getting in those rectangles, and then freehanding the rest of the title. I decided to add just a bit of color for this spread. And then below that, I'm just freehanding the word tracker and highlighting that in green. Just like I did last month, I am recreating my vertical habit tracker. So to the left, I have all the different days of the month going down the page. And I will be using a grid to divide up each habit. And to the right, I'm also going to be having a vertical mood tracker. Now I am adding pens so that both of these trackers will be hanging off the page. Each habit will be represented in a different doodle. Example, for tea, I just doodle in a little teacup. For workouts, I doodle in a dumbbell. And then for my productive days, I have a check mark. It's pretty much the same with the mood tracker. I have different smiley face for different moods. Now I'm just using different pastel rainbow colors just to add a bit of color to this spread. Once again, on the background, I'm using my ruler to add in a very spaced out grid. For the finishing touches on this spread, I am adding that gray drop shadow. Going over it twice just to make it a bit darker, and I'm also going to be adding shadow to that grid background. The next spread is my weekly tracker. The first thing I am doing is putting in that title and the middle of the page. And I'm just freehanding it this time. And then between weekly and tracker, I doodle in a paper airplane. And I really like the way this doodle turned out. The way I set up my weekly is that I separate the page into 2 rows and 2 columns. So 2 on the top of the page and 2 at the bottom of the page, giving me 4 boxes for the 4 weeks of the month. So every week I put in tasks that are not scheduled or things that I just have to do that week, and my weekly goals. For this one, I had a bit of fun with each box, just playing around with the theme. The first box had a round clip and the second box a wire clip. For the bottom left box, I decided to doodle and tear up pieces of tape, and the only color I will be adding to this spread is a green highlight for the title and drop shadow. This was really a minimalist bullet journal setup. I hope you had a lot of fun with this plan with me. Go ahead and click here if you want to enjoy more videos from me. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe for more weekly videos. If you enjoy, give me a thumbs up. Laters!